Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome back to Should I Revert podcast. And this is where we explore the beauty of Islam, the richness of our heritage, the journey of becoming who Allah intended us to be. Today, we're taking a trip back in time, back into our roots. And it all begins with something many of us drink every single morning. Can you guess what it is? Coffee! Yes, that simple cup in your hand right now has a story, a deeply Islamic story. So let me take you there. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. It's the 15th century. You're standing in the highlands of Yemen. The night air is cool, quiet, and still, and a small lamp flickers inside a humble home where a circle of Sufi scholars gathered in devotion. Their voices are soft, reciting the Quran, praying for long hours of tahajjud. But tonight, something is different. An aroma fills the room, but rich, earthy, almost sweet. It drifts from clay pots where a new concoction is brewing. A group of seekers discovered that the berries growing in the nearby mountains could be roasted, ground, and transformed into a warm drink that keeps them awake in worship. They called it Qahwa. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but that means that which prevents sleeps. And this wasn't a casual drink for them. It was a spiritual companion, a tool for worship, a blessing that helped them stay awake so that they could stand longer before their Lord. See, it's something that we drink on a regular basis, something that most of us are probably even addicted to, but a lot of us don't even know where did coffee come from. And now you know it's from Islam. It's not from Islam, sorry. It's from Muslims trying to devote themselves to Allah and practice Islam and trying to figure out how they can stay awake longer. So that being said, from Yemen, these beans traveled through the bustling trade routes, then into the Ottoman Empire, into the North Africa, then Europe, and eventually into every corner of the world. It became a global drink, born from Islamic spirituality, crafted by Muslim curiosity, perfected by Muslim hands. And next time you take a sip of your morning coffee, you're tasting a piece of Islamic history. Don't ever forget that. So one of the biggest misconceptions today that Muslims were always followers, but our history proves the opposite. We were creators, innovators, scientists, philosophers, world changers. And that spirit hasn't disappeared. It's still alive. And anyone who chooses to step into their purpose. I want to highlight something powerful. Mamun Cofoundr. If you haven't heard of it, it's a platform designed to help Muslim founders create innovative and build successful businesses rooted in dignity, excellence, and Islamic values. Think about this. Just as our ancestors once revolutionized astronomy, mathematics, medicine, architecture, navigation, and yes, even the global coffee culture, Mamun is helping Muslims revive that same spirit of creation today. Muslims they weren't meant to simply consume, right? But that's what we've become, a nation of consumers. Ugh. We were meant to contribute, to build, to solve problems, to serve humanity. That same energy that once inspired Sufi scholars to transform a simple berry into a global drink, that creative spark, it's still inside of us, screaming to be reignite. And Allah tells us in the Quran, 9:105, it says, and say, work for Allah will see your deeds. Our work is a form of worship. And this is what we have come to forgotten. So the next time you brew your coffee, try this. Say Bismillah before you pour. With the first sip, express gratitude for the gift from our heritage. Set an intention. Say, Ya Allah, let the energy from this drink fuel something beneficial today. And for those who aren't Muslim, you could still pray over it, honey. Just say God and say the rest. And remember, the seekers who discover it, people who desire for closeness to Allah or to God, led to a global contribution, still felt today. But the person or the people behind the history behind it has been lost, and that's what I'm here for, to bring it back. So if Allah can turn a humble coffee bean into a drink enjoyed by billions, what can He do with you? I want you to leave with a reflection. How can you use your talents, your passions, and your experience to serve humanity while deepening your connection to Allah? Think about the skills Allah has given you. Write it down. Think about your interests, your personality, your dreams. Could you build something, start something, teach something, create something that benefit others? Muslims, non-Muslims? You could benefit the world. Maybe you launch a new initiative. Maybe you build an app. Maybe you share your knowledge. Maybe you create. Maybe your creativity becomes your sadaqah. We don't need to wait for a perfect moment because we never know if the next moment is guaranteed. Muslim history was built by people who started right where they were, just like the scholars who started with a simple berry. Now you know where coffee comes from, and now you know a little bit about Islamic or Muslim history. If this episode inspired you, share it with someone who needs a reminder of brilliance that exists in our faith and the brilliance that exists within them. If you are a Muslim business owner or just a business owner, feel free to check out the Mamun platform and the Mamun page. I'll tag it here. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.